College football week 1 was crazy. We're going to dive into it, and we have our first guest of the year. Let's do it. All right, James, it's the third episode of Season 5.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Pretty good. College football's back, so that's that. Everyone's happy now. Or football in general is back, so I guess everyone's happy. Yeah, I'm excited for this season. I'm excited to finally get guests back on. We haven't had done it in a long time, so.
Yeah, no episode last week.
And we got our picks jam.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one. We got to make up for the lost week because James is a huge nerd.
I was actually not a nerd. I was at the Clemson versus Louisiana State football game.
And then you had to do schoolwork during our scheduled time.
Yeah,
so let's be so for real.
That is true. Because
Okay.
I skipped school to go to the game.
You jock. Okay, anyway. 3 big overreactions.
I'm getting rid
So, overreactions to the first week of college football. Recent rundown, NFL picks with our special guest. NFL picks are back, and Dog of the Week is back. And we have 4 banger shorts for you this week, as always. So, let's get it started. We each have 3 overreactions from week 1 of college football. And, let's
Can I say something before we start? I think we're both going to have one of a similar overreaction
At least
to this
one.
week. I think they're going to be totally different sides of it. And I think that there's going to be some weird things in this like overreactions because it's a weird week and it's a very opinionated thing. Week 1 of college football.
Okay, do you want to? I kept mine pretty basic, like
You can start. You can go.
pretty.
first.
I kept mine pretty like
Well,
textbook overreactions.
I'll go first. Actually.
Okay.
All right. So my number 1, which has been the biggest overreaction probably in college football this year, but first, shout out to Ohio State. They're now the number 1 team in the country. They can 1,000% repeat. Julian Sayin looked very good. He looked serviceable. I think he will get better as the season progresses. We talked about this last week. I think he's going to be a very good quarterback for Ohio State. But let's pump the brakes on the overreactions with Texas and Arch Manning. Okay, and we're going to talk about this, I'm sure, for a little bit for leading up to this entire season, especially once they get into SEC play. This is a reminder for you. Arch went up to the number 3 team in the country, to Ohio State. Okay? He played the best or the second best defense in college football. A lot of people are saying they're the best right now. In his first real start, and he lost by a touchdown. Okay? And that was partly because Texas has such a good defense this year, and it was partly because Texas can stay in games. They're a good enough team to do it. Remember, they have a very young offense. They lost 4 guys in the starting offensive line last year, and they lost their 3 leading receivers. They're young. They're going to need time to gel. Let's just pump the brakes on all this. Arch is not going to survive in college football. He's going to be okay. Texas is still going to be a national title contender. They just need some time to gel.
I think a lot of the reason Ohio State won this game was because I think coaching. Like you saw it with the 2 new quarterbacks, right? You saw 2 sides of the coin. You have Arch Manning, new quarterback. Julian Sayin, new quarterback. Sarkisian just threw him right out into the fire. Didn't draw plays that would get him comfortable. Didn't draw plays that used his legs, which is his biggest strength. Whereas you look at Ryan Day and you look at Ohio State, they were calling plays to get their guy comfortable. You know, make small plays, easy reads early. And he didn't go for a lot of yards. Didn't really look too special, but they didn't need that out of him. They won the game. So I think they coached really well. And yeah, my first overreaction is that Arch won't survive in the SEC.
Okay.
That's not true. Not sure. He played really bad. Like, do not, don't let anyone tell you he didn't.
He played
horrible.
He played a good, 6 plays.
Yeah, so he showed,
good drive.
like I said, he showed a few flashes. He had a few throws that looked really good. I thought his overall footwork was good. I thought he was good stepping up, but I think he needs to be able to run more, which is partly on the coaching.
Yeah.
He's got to make better throws. Few bad throws cost him late in this game. And yeah, this was one game. It was a really tough game, but it was just one game, his first game. He will get better. Texas's coaching staff will get better. Arch will get better. They will figure it out. They will be just fine this year. I still have them to win the SEC. Just kind of a roadblock for Texas.
Yeah, and I think adding on to what you said about coaching, the new defense coordinator for Ohio State, Matt Patricia, was amazing in this game. Like, his defensive blitzes at the time he called them. I didn't get to see the entire second half. I went back and watched highlights. The blitzes he dialed up were at the perfect scenarios. They played an outstanding game defensively. They can continue to do that in the Big Ten. they can 1,000% repeat. Because I think that this team has all the talent in the world. It's just about it all coming together, especially on the defensive side of the ball, which is what we saw on week 1.
All right, so where do you want to go next? I kind of want to hit off the big games. So
Okay.
I don't have one for all the big games, but
I have another one from one of the big games.
Yeah.
Well, I have one from each 3 of the big games.
Well, I'd
realize.
say there was 4 because of the Bama one.
Okay, yeah.
I want to hit those 4, the 3 big ones in Bama.
Well, I don't have anything about Bama.
I do. So.
You want to go with that then?
I mean, I guess.
Yeah, lead into that.
So my overreaction, this is my 3rd one, but I'll say it. Is that Bama is dead. Bama is not dead. I really wish Bama was dead. And Bama, it might be on their way to being dead soon. But this is just one bad game with all the talent they have, especially on the outside. Like, they'll be fine. They need to get better in the trenches. They got kind of manhandled by Florida State. But I think they'll be fine in the long run. The coaching needs to improve. The interior, just play needs to improve. Ty Simpson, I thought he looked fine. Like, I really didn't think he looked bad. So it just was a tough game. He was getting bull rushed immediately. Like, like Simpson, I thought he played good. Made a lot of good throws. Made some good reads. And now it won't be easy to win the SEC. It won't be easy to make the playoff. With this one loss, but they can, obviously. This doesn't affect your SEC
they'll be fine.
standing. This only affects your playoff standing. Do I think they'll make it? No, but are they done? Absolutely not.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I agree with that. I think to add on to that, I think this was an incredibly coached game from Mike Norvell. I think he coached it perfectly. Exactly how Florida State wanted to come in and play, they executed every single play. They got outside the pocket. They made Bama switch on the, like, their corners. There's like a couple plays where you go and look at the highlights. The corners are so confused because of Tommy Castellanos' running ability. It was very hard to make those little switches. So they would come down and then he'd throw. He has a very good arm, and it was actually really, really impressive, which I'm sure we'll talk about later. But I agree. Bama is not dead. I don't know if they're going to get back to the point that they once was, because they were like a dynasty, but they're going to be okay. They're going to be alive and well in the SEC come SEC play.
All right. Hit another one.
Okay. Mine is a little bit, mine's about the LSU-Clemson game. One of the big overreactions from this weekend is that Cade Klubnik and the Clemson Tigers are no longer a national title favorite, which we talked about this last week. The loser of this game can still 1,000% make the national title game. And they can both respectively win their conferences. So, I'm going to talk a little bit about LSU. With that defense, they faced one of the best defenses in week 1. Clemson did. LSU's defense can now win them games. They can keep them in games. They're fun. They're chaotic. They come at you from everywhere. I don't think that Dabo and Cade were expecting that, if I'm being totally honest. Now, it's been reported, if you're an LSU fan, it's been reported in camp that this is the kind of defense they're going to run. But I don't think they were ready for the type of speed that LSU has on defense. I mean, they got to Cade Klubnik almost every other play. It was incredible the way they dialed up blitzes, and that's just something that Clemson wasn't prepared for. I think it's a thing where they're going to get progressively better and better throughout the season. They are still my national title pick. I think Cade Klubnik is one of the best quarterbacks in college football, no matter what he did in week 1. We got to stop overreacting to how guys perform in really big games, top 10 matchup games against really good defenses. Now, I get it. You lost at home. There was a lot at stake in this game, but you can still go win the ACC. You can obviously win out in the ACC. They have the talent to do it. I think Clemson will still win the ACC, and I still think they'll be a top 4 seed come college football playoff.
Yeah, and on LSU's defense, like, not only to have the freaks down low to, like, be able to go and get the quarterback, but to be able to send those blitzes every other play and trust your secondary.
Yeah.
Like, thank the Lord. Like, the last few years, LSU has not been able to blitz, or else they're going to get the top taken off of them in cover 0, right? So now to have the guys to be able to trust your secondary and man coverage, because they never really beat us when we blitz them. Mm-hmm. And so that was huge. It's just great to, like, that feeling of trusting your defense. Like, every time Clemson got the ball, I didn't think, we have to score every time. They're going to score easy. I thought, I trust my defense. They're going to go 3 and out. And they did for almost every drive, right?
Yeah.
So that's great to see. Yeah, Cade didn't play well.
I
don't think they coached too well. They didn't.
It was
never
not
really
a
got
good
something
overall
going.
game.
No, and
from Clemson.
This is what I said all year about Nuss last year. Like, they had no running game. When you have no running game, you become completely one-dimensional, and it's really difficult to play football. Ask Garrett Nussmeier how that feels, right? Like, and you saw Garrett Nussmeier this time with running game that was doing like even just fine. It wasn't a great running game. It was a fine running game.
Yeah.
And he was able to pick apart the defense because he knew exactly where it was going to be open every time. He made 0 turnover-worthy plays, which is what happens when you're only throwing it a normal amount of times in a game, right?
Yeah.
And so Nussmeier showed that he is elite with a running game. Klubnik showed that he's a quarterback in college football and isn't elite without a running game.
Yeah, so, and that's the thing. I think Cade Klubnik, one thing that's going to help him, if they can't get a running game down, which I think they eventually will, they had a guy, I can't remember his name right now, but they had a guy on the Clemson offensive line who's like a 6-year senior. He started over 50 games in his college career. He didn't play that night. I don't know if that mattered that much, but their run game was not great. But because Cade Klubnik can get out the pocket, I do think that that's going to help him in the long run. And then another thing about LSU is a lot of people that aren't LSU fans don't realize what they did in the portal this year. And coming into this season, we understood what they did on defense, but not a lot of people who were outside of LSU fandom understood. For reminder, we lost 5-star Bryce Underwood, who was the number 1 player in his class. We lost 5-star Jakeem Stewart, who committed to USC. We lost 4-star Cade Phillips, who was actually a 5-star at one point, and the best wide receiver in DeCorian Moore, who went to Oregon. All this combined, there was close to $6 million on the table for these 4 guys. And we took all that money and decided not to risk it on 17 and 18-year-olds, and we put it all on the guys in the transfer portal. And right now, it is working out for LSU. It is a great way to look at the modern landscape of college football right now. LSU did a great job in the portal. They're going to continue to do a good job, especially with their recruiting. They're going to be fine.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Definitely no overreactions for Clemson. Like, that's a top 5 defense in the college football.
Yeah.
That's the best team you're going to play all year by far.
Yeah.
Like, they'll be fine. And then for LSU, like, I was going to keep seeing it in the SEC play. That was amazing. That's the best team in college football we just saw. Yeah, that's one.
That's one.
The best team in college football we just saw, probably, they played against. So,
yeah.
So LSU, I think they need to keep looking like that. I think they need to show consistency, especially on the defensive side, and I think maybe run the ball a little better. But again, top 5 team in Clemson you just faced, and you put them in a chokehold. Yeah. So, definitely really good. Is that all you got on that game? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think we each have the same game for this last one. So, my overreaction is Miami is the best team in the ACC. That kind of ties into what we just talked about. Like, Clemson still clears them as a football team in general. Just because Clemson's 0-1 and Miami's 1-0 does not mean anything right now. Especially because it's not a conference game. Like, Miami is not the best team in the ACC. Could they win the ACC? Yeah. Are they contenders? Absolutely, with Carson Beck and C.J. Daniels and the way they played. But Clemson is still the betting favorite, like, by far. I think Clemson is still going to win the conference pretty easily. But Miami did play a good game against a good Notre Dame team. But if they play that game in 2 weeks, Notre Dame kills them.
Yeah. Well, maybe. So this for me in week 1 is I kind of have an overreaction from me, not from everybody else, is that I think that Miami is a playoff team. I genuinely think from what I saw on Sunday night, it was incredible. Carson Beck genuinely looked like he should be a first-round pick again. He managed the game so well. I think he was one of the best quarterbacks this weekend. He obviously didn't have the highlight plays, but he fit in the pockets that we haven't seen him do since 2 years ago at Georgia. And another thing about Miami that was cool to see is that their defense actually stepped up. So one of the reasons that they didn't make the playoff last year with such a good offense that they had in Cam Ward and how fun it was to watch, their defense sucked. I think they were, 14th in the country though they ended. They were close. Yeah. They barely missed it. Their defense was horrible, right? But now they are one of the most physical defenses I saw this weekend. I'm very excited to see it. The U is back and alive. The stadium was pumping, which I have not seen in a while. Even last year with Cam Ward, which they didn't have a big game like that, but at home.
You won't see that much more.
It was pretty awesome. Just the whole vibe from Miami. The one-handed catch from C.J. Daniels, the defense, the coaching staff, the interviews after the game. Like, Miami just seems like they are back. I think that they are going to be a playoff team. And yeah, I think another overreaction that people have been saying is that Notre Dame, is not going to be okay, which they have a hard schedule. They have a bye, and then they play Texas A&M, which is tough. They play them at home. I think C.J. Carr getting some reps on this bye week is going to be good. I think Notre Dame will have a shot.
I think throughout the game, C.J. Carr looked a lot better. Like, at the end of the game, C.J. Carr looked really good.
Yeah.
He will be really good this season. I think the bye week is going to be big. But you came into the season as Notre Dame, Peter. You came into the season as Notre Dame thinking, okay, we need to win one of these first 2, right?
Yeah.
And they lost one, But if they beat Texas A&M, they got the cakewalk the rest of the way. They'll be 11-1 and they'll be in the playoffs.
Yeah,
that's all that matters. Beat A&M, even if you really don't beat A&M, which they probably will, you still have plenty of time to be 10-2 and still probably make the playoffs at that point. So,
maybe, yeah.
No overreactions for A&M. If you lose or for Notre Dame, if you lose to A&M, maybe some overreactions or aren't turned into not overreactions. In Miami, yes, they could absolutely be a playoff team. I think they looked really good. We'll have to see though. They need to prove it to me a little more.
Yep.
And they'll get their chances in the ACC.
Yeah, and one thing about Notre Dame, which we kind of predicted when we did our schedule predictions, I think we both had them going 11-1, right?
Yeah.
And we both had them losing one of these games, but we didn't really know which one.
Yeah.
So we know that they were going to lose one of them. They get the one. I think they're going to win the one at home against A&M. They're going to be okay. And I think one thing about CJ Carr that I realized is he is a pocket passer. All throughout high school, he was a pocket passer. He did not get outside the pocket. He actually got outside the pocket a couple
one play
times
where he ran
game.
straight back to the 30 and came back.
He's actually pretty fast. It looks like he's been working on it a little bit in fall camp, I guess. I don't know, but CJ Carr looked a little mobile, which is something that his entire career we have not seen. So if that opens up, especially what Notre Dame was able to do last year with Riley Leonard, I think their offense can take a whole nother level, and you got to give Jeremiah Love the ball more, which was a big storyline in that game. He did not get the ball enough. You're the best running back in college football. Give him the ball.
Yeah, it hurdled every other time they got the ball.
That is true. He did
So, yeah, I think Notre Dame kind of does need to start panicking a little bit, because if I were going to pick which game they were going to lose, it was going to be the A&M game.
Oh, really? Okay.
I thought they were going to win this game, but thought they were going to lose to A&M. That's a really tough game with Marcel Reed coming back and all the talent they have over there. You need to win that game, though, and you'll be fine.
Yeah,
if not, you're still probably okay, but definitely it's somewhere in to be done.
Yeah, I was a little bit the other way. I thought I just think they're playing them at home, which I think is going to help.
Yeah, that is.
So, but I think it'll be a really good game.
Yeah.
Maybe
All right.
Game day, week 3. You think it's going to be there?
We might get it. We'll probably
Florida.
get it. Florida, yeah. Because
Maybe.
it'll be a top.
If they win.
It'll be a top 12 matchup.
Who does Florida play this week?
South Florida.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
They'll win.
They probably will. But
The USF played well last week, but
they did.
They're gonna. Florida should be.
Yeah.
All right. What do we have next? Are you good on that?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
Ready to go to our next segment? Let's cue the music.
It's been 2 weeks. A lot of stuff has happened, including college football week 0 in Ireland, where Iowa State took down Kansas State in a great game. We both picked it, by the way.
Yeah.
In week 1, Ohio State beat Texas, LSU beat Clemson, Miami beat Notre Dame, South Florida beat Boise, like we just said, and Florida State beat Bama. We kind of talked about all that. Zach Wheeler needs surgery for his blood clots. He's out for the season. That's huge. But the Phillies picked up Walker Buehler after the Red Sox released him, so a big ad there for Philly. Terry McLaurin and Trey Hendrickson both agree on contracts. Their holdouts are over. They'll be playing. Joe Mixon is out at least 4 weeks to start the season and could be out the rest of the season. The Saints named Spencer Rattler their starter, and Rashee Rice was suspended 6 games after his, driving, I think, too fast.
170 miles an hour.
Yeah. Adam Thielen was traded back to the Vikings from the Panthers. Picked him up in fantasy, Amari Cooper also announces his retirement. To the MLB, Roman Anthony is out the rest of the regular season, at least with an oblique injury. They're saying 4 to 6 weeks. We'll see how that looks in the postseason. And can the Red Sox continue the push? That's a big thing for the Red Sox the rest of the way. Michael Parsons is traded to the Packers for 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark. The Packers make him the highest-paid non-quarterback ever. Jerry Jones, you messed it up. There will be now just one college football transfer portal window. It'll be in January. Why was there ever 2, and why was one of them during the season, people? Come on. There's going to be a new NBA All-Star Game format. There'll be a round robin between 2 USA teams and 1 world team with 8 players on each team. Now we get to put in a bunch of US players that don't deserve it and snub a bunch of foreign players. This looks fun to me. Jalen Carter was ejected last night for spitting on Dak Prescott before they played a snap. He could face a suspension. That's a pretty big breaking of a rule there, whatever you want to call it. College football week 2 is this week. Number 15 Michigan is at number 18 Oklahoma. James, who do you have?
Okay, yeah. This is what I was guessing the question was going to be.
It's going to be every week. If there's a ranked game, you're getting the question.
So, I actually think this is going to be a very, very good game. And I think Bryce Underwood this year is going to look very good, but I think he's going to have a couple games where he looks like a true freshman. Because he is, right? And he's going to have games where he makes mistakes. For Michigan, this cannot be the game that you make mistakes. With that Brent Venables defense at Oklahoma right now, you cannot make any mistakes going down to Norman. I believe it's a 6-point spread. I think Oklahoma wins. I think they cover that. I think it's a close game in the first half. I got Oklahoma Mateer, who looked great last week, by the way, winning this one and cementing themselves as an actual threat for the college football playoff.
Yeah, Bryce Underwood.
Once again, SEC play.
Bryce Underwood. Again, everyone's talking about him. He looks pretty good, but no one's talking about him in the Heisman race because he's just a freshman. He's good for a freshman.
Yeah.
John Mateer's in the Heisman race.
Yeah.
He's a better quarterback in this game. He's got the better team in this game. He's the SEC team against the Big Ten team. That's 2. You're going to see it on display here. I think Oklahoma covers pretty easily, and I think they take this one.
Yeah.
And more of a lower scoring game, but kind of one where you never really... You're kind of sitting back as an Oklahoma fan. They never really make it close, maybe.
I think it could be like 2 totally opposite things. Like it could be like really high scoring, and I think if it's high scoring, I think Michigan actually wins because they're scoring a lot. But I think if Oklahoma keeps it down, they'll win this game pretty easily.
I'm thinking like 24-10.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say it's like
Something
17 to 10. Like,
Yeah,
I was gonna
like
say
that.
similar like LSU Clemson again.
All right. Oh my God, Luke, what happened? Oh my God. Okay, that was weird. Luke's here now.
appeared. That's crazy.
Weird chair
and everything. It's wild.
All right.
Have we had a guest in this setup yet?
Yeah, Harrison and Luke came on.
Okay, Harrison. All
That's
right.
But they didn't win.
Well,
No,
they
anyway,
didn't
about
make
picks. Oh yeah, where's your trophy?
Oh shoot! Yeah, go
it's-
grab it.
It's in my car.
Oh, okay.
I'll bring it.
We'll get it after the podcast.
I really
we'll get
need to give it back,
It'll be a
'cause-
part of this.
Wait, finish his bar. Go.
I mean, I'll still have it after this year, so no
yeah.
need to give it back.
It'll be a part of our setup for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
So we'll get that for y'all next week, I guess. Whatever. So NFL picks are back. This year we're gonna take a tally of our total picks so that we know what our percentages are.
Okay.
Kind of compared to the guest percentages, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, guests are doing the same as last year. It's by percentage, not by picks. We did that the first year. There was a lot of pushback, let's say. But I think either way, Jacob would have won both of them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
Nah, Jacob cooked first.
yeah, that was obviously unfair. I don't know why we did that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so week 1 we got 15 picks here for you, Duval. We don't know how many. Yeah, if you need 15 to win. Let's just put it like that. We don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
We don't know what your target is yet.
Actually, you need 1 to be winning.
Yeah.
So. If you're gonna betting this weekend, probably listen to everything Luke says. He's a master.
Yeah, I would. I'd throw it in a 15-game parlay. You know.
Yeah.
Win you some big money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be epic. Okay, anyway, week 1,
Pat
starting with tonight, the Chiefs versus the Chargers. James, you start us off.
Okay, we got a game in Sao Paulo, Brazil, which we got last year between the Eagles and the Packers. I think this one is a similar game. It's going to be pretty boring. But I actually got the Chargers wearing down Kansas City in this one. I think the run game helps a lot. I think Marion Hampton and Najee Harris actually both play very well tonight. And that's what gets LA the win. Their defense plays well too.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit Amari Hampton in fantasy this week to see how he does.
You
like
have Marion?
I have,
Oh,
I have
different
no
league?
in the other league. It's a 10-man league, and I have him. I'm so good I can have him on my bench. No, wait, I'm not. Wait, I think I'm sitting him.
That's great.
I don't even know if I'm sitting or not. I think I am because I have Gibbs and Connor. And then I'm putting Jerry Jeudy in at the flex over Hampton to
That's
see what he does this week. I'll probably put him in after, but just see how the whole landscape of that
see.
running back room looks. Anyway, I'm taking the Chiefs here. I wanted to pick the Chargers. I think the Chargers are going to have a great year, but the Chiefs are the Chiefs, and I think late in the game, Patrick Mahomes is going to find a way to win this game. So I got the Chiefs.
Well, I also have the Chiefs. I don't know if the refs are paid down in Brazil, so that might be a factor. But also, Travis Kelce's coming off the proposal. Taylor said yes. She's going to be at the game. Like,
That's fact.
Sal in Brazil, she had a concert there, so they probably got fans there.
That is true. She did have a big concert
So,
there.
I mean,
Sang in the rain.
Kelsey lost the Super Bowl, proposed. Now he's got to end that with a win. Also, Justin Herbert, like, you're not Joe Burrow. Quit trying to be Joe Burrow. Like, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I can't
Same
say
But you
that.
sounded like such a white girl when you said that. Like Taylor's gonna be in the crowd. She said yes.
That's
Wow, that one was... Dude, we have so many clips of you on podcasts from doing that. And I swear every time we're talking about the Chargers. Like, every time we're talking about either the Rams...
that was bad. Okay, anyway.
Boy.
Anyway, Cardinals, Saints.
Yeah, baby. Let's go, Saints. When we go 1-17.
Who's the win against?
1-16. The New York Giants.
Oh, no, I think we get one against the
Jackson
Panthers.
Darkin.
I'm going with the Cardinals in this one. It is in New Orleans, I believe, but It's not really going to help. There's not going to be many people there. I think Kyler runs all over our defense. Arizona gets an easy win and start out their season 1-0.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an Arizona Cardinals win. Spencer Rattler, I think, is going to look better than he did last year. Still don't know why he picked Shuck. That was dumb. Will Johnson was on the board. Anyway.
Sanders was on the board.
Shut up. So, yeah, I think Arizona wins this game. I think you will be seeing me pick the Saints against the Panthers once.
That's crazy.
I think they'll split.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Or the Falcons. Maybe the Falcons too. We always beat the Falcons once.
Yeah, it's fact.
I also have the Cardinals. It's really just New Orleans is terrible.
Real.
Also, big fan of Kyler Murray. I think he's gonna go crazy.
Okay. Browns Bengals.
Okay. This was a weird game for me to pick because where's Browns Bengals? Oh yeah, this was a weird game for me to pick because last year Cincinnati started off 0-2 in the first 2 weeks. Their first loss in week 1 was to New England, a team that was way worse than them. I do think this could be a trap game that they do lose, but I'm going to go with Cincinnati to pull it out with a little bit of improved defense. I think Joe Burrow and Jamar, coming off a great season they had, I think they continue it. I got Cincinnati winning this one, but it's close.
Yeah, with Cleveland's defense, they'll keep most games close, as we've seen the last few years. I also have Cincinnati. I think their defense is going to show improvement. Their offense is going to be really good again. How much improvement for their defense? I don't know. According to my NFL predictions last episode, not a lot. But yeah, I got Cincinnati.
Personally, I'm going with the Browns.
Okay.
I mean, who's their quarterback?
Do you know who their starting quarterback is?
Is it Baker Mayfield still?
No.
Joe Flacco.
Joe. Well, I think Shadur is really gonna pound pound the Bengals, but from the bench.
From the bench.
Yeah, and
This
then
is
like Joe Burrow, quit trying to be Justin Herbert. Like you're not Justin Herbert. So I got the Browns with the upset. I think over the Bengals.
That's 4.
That's 4? Shoot. Okay. Dolphins, Colts.
I think this is also a close game. I think Daniel Jones actually plays a very good first game. I think it's decent, but I got Miami outlasting it. I think they have a very good run game in this one. I think it's a slow, boring game. I got Miami winning by a score.
This was a weird game to pick, but I also took Miami. I think Tua is just going to outplay that goes to Daniel Jones, and yeah, I don't know. Miami, neither team is good, but I think Colts will try to lose more than the Dolphins will.
Yeah, I'm going with Miami. I don't think, except Tua, I think he's kind of a bust. Not really a big fan of his. He's kind of terrible.
Yeah, real.
But somehow better than the Colts quarterback.
Yeah, he's one hit away from busting his brains out.
Not even that. He's just not good.
Okay. Raiders, Patriots.
This is not a game I will be watching. It will have some young players in it. I do actually think Las Vegas gets the win in this one. It is in New England. I think Drake May plays a pretty good game, but I think Geno and Ashton Jeanty surprised some people. I think the defense plays better than what they are projected to do. I think Las Vegas starts their season out with a win.
Yeah, I picked the Patriots to make the playoffs, and if they're going to make the playoffs, they have to start right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm picking the Patriots. I think Drake May is going to surprise a lot of people this year. I think he's going to be, for a breakout sophomore season, I like the New England Patriots.
I'm also going with the Patriots. Ashton Jeanty, I just got a bad feeling about him. Like some tells me he's just gonna run for under 50 yards probably, and then Drake May, be ready.
Okay.
Where do you go to college?
I didn't even know who he was.
Yeah, exactly.
I went to North Carolina.
UNC. Yep. Bill Belichick's girlfriend's college.
Yeah.
Steelers, Jets.
I also think this is a fun game. I think it's going to be a defensive game, but then turn it into an offense game in the second half. I think Justin Fields plays a very good second half, but I have Pittsburgh getting the win.
Wow, I did not think you were going to go there, Mr. Justin Fields.
It's a rematch. Justin Fields is going to play a very good game, but I do have Pittsburgh.
Yeah, you love Justin Fields. I have Pittsburgh as well. I think Pittsburgh's defense kind of flusters Justin Fields. I think he'll have a good year in general. I think he has a rough game. And Pittsburgh's offense with Rodgers does enough in a field goal fest, I think, to take this one.
I'll also be taking Pittsburgh. Hoping Aaron Rodgers gets, at least one more year in him.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Bring back his Green Bay prawn.
For sure. Giants, Commanders.
I think this one's good at the start. I got Washington pulling away late. I just don't think that New York has enough time to gel. I do think that they have a very good defense. I think they have some pieces on offense that can be fun from a young perspective, but I do think that just Washington with their depth and talent does win this game.
Now, these are your two favorite teams here, James.
Yep.
But I do have
them. I picked them like almost every week last week.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Last year.
Yeah.
I do have Washington as well. You also give me $10 because the Giants sucked.
That is
Yeah.
true.
Anyway, I have Washington. Jaden Daniels is going to play great. The Giants suck. What you got, Luke?
Yeah, obviously Washington. Jaden Daniels is winning the Super Bowl, winning the MVP. So, hey, that starts here.
Yeah, baby.
Panthers, Jags.
I also think this is a good game, and I said that I think Carolina can win the NFC South. So I do think they start off with a big win in Week 1. I think Bryce Young shows us why he can genuinely be a top 20 quarterback in the NFL. He was very good at the end of the year last year. I think he'll be good.
Easy.
And I think the
Top 20.
from last year, he was ranked the second worst. So but I think Carolina
Top 20.
beats the Jags in Week 1.
Yeah, I have Carolina here as well. There's a lot of quirky games, I feel like, this week. And that's how it kind of goes in NFL picks a lot. But
Yeah, that's a weird.
especially this week, especially Week 1, you don't know a lot. Lots of quirky games to pick. This is one of them. But I have Carolina winning it. I think they just have too much upside, more than the Jags do. I think Carolina just, I don't know. I just think they're better.
Yeah,
Real.
Carolina's definitely better. That's what I'm picking too. Bryce Young's gonna be good.
Yeah, he's a dog.
Who's the Jaguars quarterback?
I don't even.
You know,
Trevor
you know,
Lawrence.
yep.
There you go.
Yeah, he sucks. Like, quit trying to beat
Joe Burrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like,
quit trying to be Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
They all the
Go
same.
back
Yeah,
to
it's only funny when he says it.
yeah.
Buccaneers, Falcons.
I think this is a very close game. I think Atlanta gets the win. I think Michael Penix plays a very good game. I think Drake London. I think Kyle Pitts. I think Bijan Robinson. They all play well offensively, and they play together. I think the Bucs play a good game, too. I just think their defense slacks a little bit at the end. I think it's a close game. I got Atlanta by a field goal.
Yeah, I think the Bucs are pretty easily the best team in this division. I don't think it's too showy what they've got going on, but they've got a great quarterback in Baker Mayfield. They've got great receivers. They've got a great running back. They've got a great defense. It's not like what word am I looking for? It's not like
Flashy.
it's not flashy.
Yeah. It's not sexy.
Yeah, it's not sexy, but it's good.
It's
That's why they won the division for the last 5 years. I don't think that stops this year. I think Tampa Bay wins this game.
Yeah, I'm going Tampa Bay too. Love to see Baker Mayfield making it out the trenches.
Facts.
Yeah, from Browns
Such
to
a cool story.
Yeah,
Browns to where?
Browns
To where?
Wait.
Four.
To
Yeah.
To oh yeah, I was gonna say Cleveland. Never mind.
Cleveland was
Got
first.
drafted by Cleveland.
Yeah.
Then where'd he go?
I don't know. Why are you asking me?
Yeah, it's
the Panthers.
crazy what happens
The
when you
Panthers.
And then where'd he go?
go the
Yeah.
Rams.
He went to the Rams, and he
He
has one of the
played.
craziest stories. He got traded, and the next day, 2 days later, he went and played on Sunday Night Football?
Something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sunday or Monday Night Football, and he led him on like a game-winning drive, and he had literally gone across the country in a day, and then he didn't even know the playbook and won him a game. It was one of the coolest things.
It's just
And that won him a contract with Tampa, pretty much.
that just shows how the bad organization just kill your career.
Yeah, that's what I was about to
That's
say. It's
true,
crazy what happens when you get out of Cleveland and Carolina.
Yeah, that's facts.
You got an arm too.
Yeah.
49ers, Seahawks.
So, we talked about NFL last week, and I said that I think the 49ers can be the second best team in the NFC. I do think Seattle wins this game, though. I think that they just play better defensively. I think the offense is clicking. I'm excited to see Sam Darnold with different receivers. I think he's got a totally different scheme. I think Clint Kubiak uses his running back really well in this game. I think Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet both play really big roles. And I think Seattle gets the win at home, but the Niners play a very good game.
Yeah, I have Seattle as well. I'm not very high on the 49ers this year. I think their defense kind of sucks because they lost their entire defense. I think Sam Darnold's going to play really well. I think that offense is going to be really good. That's 5 or 6. I don't even know.
5-5.
And then I think the Seattle defense is good enough. I think they have a really good defense. It'll be good enough to stop a good San Francisco offense enough to get them the win.
I think that San Francisco will be good this year, but it'll take time, especially for Brock Purdy, because now he's stepping in that role where he doesn't have all these weapons on offense and the defense to back him up. So I think it might take him a few weeks to really get into the spotlight. So I'm going
That's
Seattle.
actually a really good take. Yeah, he's got younger receivers.
Yeah.
Need to gel a little bit.
Every single NFC West game this year is going to be impossible to pick.
Yeah, that's fact.
Their four
just-
teams
they're
are all
just
even.
good, yeah.
Yeah, they're all even. You'll see me picking the Rams a lot.
Except Arizona. They're a little
I
below.
think the Rams are a little above, Arizona's a little below.
Yeah,
but
they're close.
They're all
Some
really
states
close.
where they don't get a good draft pick and they don't go to the playoffs.
They're all
They
going to
only
be.
got 4 2 years ago.
They're all going to be between 7 and 11 wins, I think.
Yeah.
Probably in the 8-9 range.
Yeah.
Tennessee, Denver.
This is a grind out game. I think Cam Ward plays very well, but I got Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos. I think their run game just overpowers Tennessee. I just don't think that the Tennessee defense is able to hang with them, and I think Sean Payton gets a win at home.
Yeah, how's your NFL debut, Cam Ward, against the best defense in the league? It's going to be a rough one for the Tennessee Titans. They might score 0 points.
I think Cam Ward played.
I think Cam Ward's going to be good this year, maybe not in this game, though. Denver, I think they'll play well. I think J.K. Dobbins takes the backfield, not R.J. Harvey, sue me, and I think Denver wins pretty easy.
As much as I hate to say it, big Denver hater. Hate Peyton Manning. Should never beat Cam Newton in the Super Bowl. Peyton Manning's a fraud. He's terrible.
Real.
So who are you picking?
So, I'm picking Denver. Unfortunately, they're still the better team. Probably because Sean Payton came from the Saints,
Yeah, facts.
He had to leave us because we're so bad.
Yeah,
So
bias
hate
doesn't
to
get
see
you
it.
that trophy. Bias doesn't get you that trophy.
Yeah.
Detroit, Green Bay.
Really good game of the week, by the way. Just kind of slotted like a 3:30 kick, I think. Like a really weird spot. I think it's a very well played game all around. I don't think there's many mistakes. I've got Green Bay winning at home.
All the big games get played at 3:30. I feel like
No.
because they have America's Game of the Week on Fox, and they always
yeah,
the
but
best game.
they're not playing like primetime like Sunday Night Football or like Monday Night Football. Or I mean, there's really good games, but like
Yeah,
I would have assumed that like Detroit Green Bay would have been moved to like Monday Night Football.
that's not. They don't get moved. Like it just is. Like some of them are flex late in the season,
That's
but
what
like
I'm saying. No, I'm saying like at the start of the season, I would have thought
Yeah,
that,
I
like
mean, yeah.
Detroit Green Bay would be a better.
with the
but,
Sunday Night Football, it's a better game.
well, yeah.
So anyway, I have the Detroit here. I think they're the better team. Michael Parsons may or may not play. I think he probably will though.
Shoot him up.
I think Green Bay is going to be really good this year. They're going to give Detroit a run for their money, but I think Green Bay is the better team, especially in Week 1.
Love Jordan Love. Green Bay, I think what he said, they're going to have a breakout season, but I'm going Detroit. I mean, insane how they went from, like, trash every single year to last year. They went crazy.
Amazing,
so
yeah. NFC Championship.
And I don't think they went. I think they're going to be able to repeat that or do even better.
I mean, that quarterback, what's his name? What's that quarterback's name?
Jared Goff.
Yeah, okay.
This guy I think I am.
Picks champion. Texans, Rams.
All right, so this is a game where I know what Charlie's going to pick. He's going to go with the Rams, which is a very good pick. I'm going to go with the Rams too. But I would say be caution to the Rams a little bit this year. Matt Stafford's got a back injury that's been lingering the entirety of camp. I do think that it could come up with how old he is getting at this point. I think it could come up later in the season. He's got great receivers. I do think the offense just plays so much better than Houston's offense. I think that's what wins them the game. But I would be wary of the Rams this year. Matt Stafford, I know you love him. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, but he could have an underlying problem.
Yeah, Stafford's a big boy. He'll be fine.
Okay.
But I think the Rams win this game. I think Houston's going to be really good. They'll cruise to a title in the 4 seed like they do every year. They'll probably win a playoff game like they do every year, 6. And and then I think the Rams pull it out there. I think they've got too much talent. And a close game though.
I'm going with the Rams too. Not really much reason. There's better.
Yeah.
bro.
You don't need a reason when you're as good as you are at this.
Yeah.
All right, game of the week: Ravens, Bills.
Woo, what a game on Sunday Night Football. Two best teams in the AFC going at it. I've got the Bills winning this one. At home, I think it's a very well-played game once again from both sides. I don't think there's many mistakes. I do think that it's just quarterback play. I think Josh Allen plays better than Lamar Jackson, and that's what wins in the game. High-scoring game, Bills winning.
You know I love me some Josh Allen, and I thought very, very hard about this game for a few minutes. And I thought back to my NFL picks 2 weeks ago, and I
You
said
said Baltimore was going to be?
Baltimore would be the 1 seed. I said it would be more of a down regular season for the Bills where they pick it up in the playoffs. So I had to stand by my word. I picked Baltimore. I think their running game is going to be too much. I think they'll control the game. Their defense will do just enough to eke out a W in a very close one.
So, yeah, like last week, we picked it like opposite. So, like, I think Buffalo is going to be the number 1 seed, and I think that Baltimore's going to have it down here. He thinks Baltimore's going to be the number 1 seed, and Buffalo's going to have it.
I think Buffalo still outplays them in the playoffs.
So who has better ball knowledge?
Well, yeah, we're going to say it. It's going to be. It's just crazy.
Well, no,
we haven't.
what
we
am I
haven't.
gonna pick?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Um,
Hey, you've got 12 of my picks so far. You've taken out of 13, by the way.
all right. This is a rough one. I'm gonna go with the Bills.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Love me some Chris Pratt and Josh Allen. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. I think they're.
Can you name
let's
a
go
receiver on
Buffalo.
their team?
Tough
That's
ass.
hard. They're not easy. Can you name a player besides Josh Allen on their team?
James Cook.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
He actually plays for
Yeah,
Buffalo.
running back. Nice.
That's
Yeah. Keon Coleman. You mean you don't know Keon Coleman or
Yeah,
Shaquille?
how you not know Keon Coleman, bro?
All right.
I've never heard that name.
Vikings Bears big game.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fun game on Monday Night Football. A little division rivalry. I've got the Bears actually getting a little upset. I do think that JJ McCarthy is going to be very good for the Vikes this year. but I just think it takes him a little bit of time, especially to get that connection with JJ, get a couple connections across the board. I just think the Bears overall are going to be a better team, and that's why they're going to win this game.
Like I said 2 weeks ago, I thought very hard about putting which one of these teams in the playoffs. And I ended up going with the Bears, and this is going to be a big game in deciding that. I'm going to go with the Bears again right here. I think J.J. McCarthy's going to have an amazing season. I think there's a little bit of a growing pain here, though. I think Caleb Williams is primed for a sophomore breakout season. Give me the Bears.
After you said that last week, I went and looked at the Bears' schedule. Bro, it's hard.
They're both really hard.
They're both really hard, but
they both play the obviously two against the each other, and then the Bears, and then the Detroit and the Green Bay. That's what I meant. And then they play like the
Bills,
AFC North.
They
play another really hard division. Like they're paired with I think either the AFC West or the AFC North. So like both their schedules are insanely hard.
Yeah. So.
But I think I looked at it. The Bears is easier. So.
Yeah. I'll be switching it up from both of them. I'm going with Minnesota because I don't know if y'all seen the Bears training camp videos.
Yeah, I've watched it.
It's
who's it again? Caleb
Williams. He's terrible.
Really bad training camp videos.
Really bad. Minnesota. Don't know anything about him, but I haven't heard anything bad. I have heard bad about the Bears.
Okay, that's a good reasoning.
Yeah. And their logo kind of sucks. So
Bears logo.
Bears logo.
The C or like the bear?
The C.
Yeah.
So Minnesota.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Luke, for coming on.
See what happens.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Expect to see you in the playoffs again after you win. You know.
Yeah.
Are we having playoffs? Oh. Picks.
After the person who wins comes on.
Dude, what if we put them in
this
a
is our third year.
What if we put them in a bracket?
No.
Oh, okay.
All right. Thanks, Luke.
Goodbye, right benchers.
Oh, that was cute. All right.
That was tough.
Anyway, it's time for
Dog of the Week. God, I kind of forgot about this. I haven't done this in a while.
Yeah. All right.
Man, college football is back.
Okay. I'll start. My dog of the week is Tommy Castellanos, baby.
Good pick.
He talked his shit and he backed it up.
Yeah, boy.
That's right. And he said that Nick Saban couldn't save him. He said that he couldn't see Alabama stopping him, and he was right. He led an offense that ran Alabama's into the ground. Like, they ran their butts into the ground. 230 rushing yards for Florida State against big, bad Alabama. No, they're not good. His stats, only 9 of 14. Only had to throw 14 passes in this game. That's how much they dominated on the ground. 152 yards. And then he had 16 carries, more rushes than he had passes. 78 yards and a touchdown. And he gave Bama absolutely nothing. Didn't turn the ball over. Didn't put the ball in jeopardy. Didn't really make mistakes. And so Tommy Castellanos played a great game. Florida State dominated Alabama 31-17 from the start to the finish. He's my dog.
Good pick. Okay, so I'm looking at my options for this week, and that was a great option. That was one of them for sure. And I'm kind of looking at, like, there wasn't a bunch of guys who put up incredible stats this week, if I'm being totally honest. There weren't much. So I went and looked at games that I watched and remembered some of the things I saw. And I ended up going with the 6'3", 231-pound, fourth-year senior out of Raleigh, North Carolina, the USF quarterback, Byron Brown.
I knew. You're
so he won 7-34 against number 25 ranked Boise State, who they are no longer ranked anymore. They might not make the playoff now. He went 16 for 24. He had 210 yards passing, 14 carries for 43 yards, and he had 2 rushing touchdowns. But the reason I picked him is because he's one of the best movers I've seen since Jaden Daniels in college football. And the reasoning for that is because he runs over people. Jaden used to glide. But what Byron Brown does with that frame is he runs over you. It's incredible to watch. He plays like a running back. He's so much fun. He's an absolute dog. And when we're picking dog of the week, you look at a guy who is not fearful of anything. He had a great week. He upset number 25 ranked Boise State. And now he has to go to Florida with a really tough task going to the swamp. But you never know.
I knew you were gaslighting me when you said that. I knew that's who you were picking.
Of course I'm going to pick that.
Like, I knew you were between Tommy and this Brown kid, because you've been talking great about him all week.
So Byron Brown, I talked about last year, and then he got hurt, so he never came up again on Right Bench Podcast. I talked about him at the beginning of the year, the first 2 weeks, and he never came back up because he was hurt, and USF sucked. USF got a lot of money in the transfer portal, which a lot of people don't realize. You know how little schools in Texas are getting a lot of money? It's the same way in Florida. USF, they raised about $2 million this year for their free agency or transfer portal class. So All I'm saying is I think USF could be a Group of 5 team. They got to get a win though against either Miami or Florida.
Yeah, your pick's already looking pretty terrible with Boise State.
I didn't pick Boise State.
Who'd you pick?
ULL, which looks worse.
But
Walker
who
Howard
did
got
lose
hurt.
to?
Rice. But Walker Howard gets hurt in the second quarter.
All you losers out there who pick Boise State, you're
Yeah,
losers.
Yeah, you should have never picked Boise State. But whatever.
Tulane killed Northwestern, by the way.
Yeah, they did.
All right.
That was a crazy storyline too. The fact that you saw the thing with it was Katrina's 20th anniversary or whatever.
Something like that. Oh yeah, and then Summerall said how he
they wanted
asked Northwestern to wear the whites, and they said no.
And they're like,
crazy.
"You never disrespect the city of New Orleans," and they came in there and whooped them.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they told Northwestern why. Either way.
Yeah, I don't know.
That'll do it for us here. We got 4 great shorts for y'all coming in. I hope y'all see y'all next week for a big NFL episode. See y'all in the next one. Peace.
Peace.